Everyone, my name's Elo Bandit, and this is the 5th episode of my series on Pokemon gimmicks. Today I'll be talking about a gimmick for Battle Spot Singles, or RU. It's called Mummy Slaking. In doubles, there are several ways to get rid of Slaking's horrible ability, Truant, which makes it so you can only attack every other turn. Here's my buddy Delta from the YouTube channel Smashed to talk about one way to make Slaking work in doubles with Skill Swap.
Thanks, Elo Bandit. On your Slakings, I don't know how to pronounce this ability, but it's garbage. It's what nerfs Slaking, because Slaking has one of the highest attack stats in the game. To get rid of that ability, which is what this set is made to do, you're going to have an all-around beast. We've got Double Edge, Giga Impact, Recharge, Recoil, whatever you want, Shadow Claw for further coverage, or Sucker Punch, because that's just a good move. Earthquake is going to be our main sweeping move when we just want to go out, send out Slaking, first turn, skill swap with Slaking and Earthquake things, because Slaking, is a water type and it will be tanking that, even though it doesn't have the best defense. Actually, it might not, because Slaking's high attack. Just stop. Okay, so Hammer Arm for rock and steel coverage, and for the item, either leftovers, because if you're going to go with the recoil, why not get some HP back? Or, what I prefer to do, Choice Band, because that's just fantastic. Increasing the attack by 50%. You are locked into one move, but when if I'm going to be locked into a move, I'm going to go with Earthquake. If a flyer comes up, I'll just switch out, do it again. It's alright. With the Slaking, we've got Own Tempo as its ability. We have Skill Swap to swap the abilities. Trick Room, if something faster than Slaking comes out. I don't know. What's Halucha? Let's do Halucha. Halucha, faster than that. It's going to come out. Could close combat that thing. Slaking will take some heavy damage. Instead, Trick Room, Slaking goes first, ends that thing's life, unless you're using Earthquake. Psychic, because it's a great stab move. Calm Mind, to increase special attack with this Slaking, or what we're going with, which is Swagger. Use Swagger on that Slaking with Own Tempo. It can't be confused. It's just going to increase the attack even further, making for an all-around beast Pokemon.
Thanks, Delta. Now back to Cofagrigus. A relatively common set in doubles is Slaking and Cofagrigus. Slaking can simply punch Cofa and get his Truant replaced with Mummy, which makes it so that all Pokemon that make contact have their ability changed to Mummy. That's all well and good, but how can we get a Slaking with Mummy in singles? First, you have to get a Cofagrigus against a physical attacker. Use Infestation to trap them, and then Will-O-Wisp to have their attack. When they hit you and get the ability Mummy, that's when you switch in Slaking. Since your physical opponent is burned, they aren't going to want to stay in. They're no longer trapped by Infestation since Cofagrigus switched out, so the obvious choice is to switch out themselves and send in something that can take on Slaking. That's when you use the best move in the game. Pursuit. Pursuit has priority over switching. Slaking will hit the opponent before they switch, dealing serious damage and obtaining Mummy. If they don't switch, you get Mummy anyway. Now you have a real threat on your team. A Slaking with anything other than Truant is terrifying. Here's a quick example battle just to show how the setup works. He's got absolutely insane stats and awesome coverage too. Plus, with Mummy, your opponent can't physically attack him without losing their own ability. Slaking's offensive options include Aerial Ace, Body Slam, Brick Break, Double Edge, Earthquake, Fire Punch, Return and Frustration, Gunk Shot, Hammer Arm, Ice Punch, Low Kick, Power Up Punch, Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Sucker Punch, Thunder Punch, and Play Rough. He also gets Slack Off for recovery. Slacking can run offensive bulk or offensive speed. He's surprisingly fast at base 100, and he hits like an absolute truck. I'd suggest using a special tank on your team to deter special attackers and force in physical ones. Assault Vest or Choice Scarf Magnezone has worked very well for me in the past, but you have lots of options to force in physical attackers.
But Elo Bandit, how do we take down this strategy?
The easiest way is to switch your physical attacker out before Cofagrigus can use Infestation. If your opponent already has Mummy Slacking on the field, your best bet is to status it with a Burn or Paralysis before bringing in your most powerful fighting type or physical wall to try to deal with it. Be warned, the Slacking does not go down easily once it's set up. Overall, this gimmick has relatively low potential because even though a Mummy Slacking can put out some serious hurt, it's still vulnerable to status and is by no means invincible. Its special defense in particular has a lot to be desired. This gimmick has medium setup, since sometimes you have to force in a physical attacker, and then spend a turn or two trapping and burning it before you switch in Slacking. Shutting down this strategy is easy if you know how, but medium if you don't. Switching at the right time can cause this gimmick to fall apart, and again, Mummy Slacking is a threat, but not invincible. Overall, is this gimmick viable? Maybe. If you want to add Cofagrigus and Slacking to your singles team, it can work out for you. If you want to build an entire team around this, you need real ways to deal with special switch-ins. This strategy will, of course, be much more effective on the lower ladder as it can take more opponents by surprise. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my stuff, feel free to subscribe. And also thanks to Delta from Smashed. If you want to check out his stuff, there's a link in the description.